Well, hello everybody and welcome in to our final reaction, watch along if you'd like, of Gangs of Wasseypur, number 1, Stephen. This may not see the light of day, the way that YouTube are handling our videos relating to this movie,
Yes.
Stephen. They are being partially blocked in every single country on the planet.
Yeah.
We looked at the list,
Yeah, it's depressing.
Palestine's in there.
Yeah, they're all there. They're
That
all
little
there, John.
uninhabited island in the
They'd have
Pacific
been
is there.
quicker telling us the ones that are getting to see it rather than the ones that are not getting to see
I
it.
think the Isle of Wight's the only one you can watch it. So you'll have to go to the Isle of Wight if you want to watch this, potentially.
Yeah.
But Stephen, that aside, look, I've enjoyed this movie. There has been some issues which I'm sure we'll get to at the end when we're actually discussing the movie itself. These issues may actually be down to me. Actually be the movie. But in the main, I have enjoyed this movie. I've enjoyed Manoj Pushpai's acting performance, but I feel the character has been a bit of a obtuse prick. He's not a likeable guy, but he's a gangster.
No, well, that's
They never are
exactly.
likeable. That's kind of supposed to be the point.
The ones that are portrayed on screen are normally get a bit of charm about them. This guy's not got no charm at all. It's like a bull in a china shop when it comes to women. We'll have to see, John. It's very hard. I know we're going to rate at the end of this, but it could mean that we might have to re-rate it after we see part 2, because I think that will play a big part into the story as well. But we'll just wait and see. By the time this goes out, I could be retired. John, close to retiring. So we'll see you when we see you guys.
Just looking at this microphone, Stephen. It's close to retiring. Closer than it thinks. And the chair. But yeah, Stephen, look, time will tell with this. Hopefully it goes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can allow the community to watch it with us. And hopefully the ending's good. Shall we get into it?
Yes, why not?
Play. That's fucking JP from Wasseypur.
John, do you know something? When we paused it last time, I wasn't sure. I was like, it does look like him, but I didn't want to commit.
That looks like him.
Yeah.
अभी झगड़ा शुरुआत कहाँ से हुआ ये सब खोजते बैठेंगे तो कभी खत्म नहीं होगा कभी न कभी तो एक
समय है
yeah
कहने का चाहते हो यही कि हम लोग का मजहब
maybe
हम लोग का प्यार मोहब्बत से समझ लेते हैं ये खून खराबा करके काम मिलेगा किसी को बताइए तुम्हारे अब्बू मानेंगे
a bit of guitar work in there, I like it. He's got anger issues, this guy. Do you think this is why he raids the house at the start? Is it a marriage?
Yeah.
Because we discovered, didn't we, that she was related. Need that music.
जानते हो आजकल ये सब मार कटाई का काम धाम बंद कर दिए मछली बेचने का नया धंधा शुरू किए बहुत बढ़िया है सुनो निकाह से पहले हम तुमरा को लेने आएंगे बुझे आ जाएंगे ना
और पराये अपने होते हैं जब पैसे पास होते हैं हर यार वफादार नहीं हो
This guy just seems to flit in and out of society. He's like a shadow.
Yeah.
He's there, but no one seems to pay notice to him. He just seems to just fleet around. What a beard.
Yeah.
Faisal, isn't it? That's what his name is.
I think so, yeah.
Faisal Khan. Does he realise that's an animatronics?
Got an idea about it. It's not real.
Not real. Deal with it. Fucking hell, man. He was shaving him there and it didn't seem to hit the beard. Was this the fucker who shot his father? Shot his grandfather? Salman?
Yeah.
Shahid?
Yeah.
Salman Khan's not in this movie. He's definitely not in this movie. Shahid Khan, Sardar Khan, Faisal, Dinesh, I remember the names.
Nice tank top.
जेल में आपका पुराना
Hey, Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
Sergeant Peter's era.
Yeah.
पिछली बार जब वो हमको
Magical
पैसा दे
mystery
के
tour.
भेजे थे
Yeah.
तो हमरे समझ में नहीं आया कि 1.5 लाख का बंदूक कोई इतना सस्ते में
Oh, fix your glasses, man. That's annoying me.
काहे कि ये तो पैसा वहाँ रखा है 2.5 लाख का पूरा बैग में
Fucking full of conversation, this guy. He can't get me to shut up.
अब हमका पता चला तो आपके अब्बा का फैक्ट्री है बंदूक का
I've seen that score in the background. It's like a western.
यादव जी
Shoot him. He did it to your grandfather. If it's the same guy. He's got so much older now.
He's so young there, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
यादव जी
That packed a punch. Wow. The boy doesn't forget.
Oh, he does not. I just have to know how he's tracked down that guy.
दूसरे उसमें अगले अबे दूसरे उसमें अगले ना चल चल ट्रेन रुकवाता हूँ तेरे भागने के लिए चल खोल जा कैसे आ गया
कब बड़ा जल्दी में भागे कहाँ जा रहे
घर
अरे तो सब जा रहे तुम कहाँ
धनबाद
पूरा सामान है खोल
Nah, not this time, fucker.
He's ahead of you guys.
क्या ये सब नया कपड़ा
What's it to you?
पिछला बैग जल वालों ने नहीं लौटाया वो
He's
किसका
a rosy
सामान है
bastard, isn't he?
मेरा रखो पूरा प्रेस खराब हो गया
चला कि चलो ये आएंगे फिर अब
Fuck off.
Aye. And I'll put a fucking bullet in you when you do. Prick.
It's like a young Al Pacino.
Yes. That's an interesting song choice.
I am a hunter and she want to see my gun. When I pull it out, boy, the woman start to run. She beg me to see it. She beg me to show. When I reveal it, she want to run.
Are you really talking about a gun here?
She beg me to see it. She beg me to show.
Biggest stickies.
But when I reveal, woman start to run.
Charles Bronson, that guy?
Yes. I used to think he was Scottish, but he wasn't. Don't think anyway.
This guy with the poncho?
Yeah, I was about to say that, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I saw you. Who do you think you are? The king of Mirzapur or something, mate?
ये दुश्मन के यहाँ रिश्ता जोड़ के हमसे पॉलिटिक्स बतिया रहे हो तुम सरदार खान के यहाँ बियाह हो रहा है ना और इसीलिए जिंदा भी है वो तब तो सेहरा भी बंधेगा बिरयानी भी बनेगी ये हमका कबूल लेना
So this guy's still alive, the guy that botched the killing of Sardar.
I was wondering why he was taking that shoe off there.
क्या कर रहा है अबे क्या हो गया लगता है बे अबे लग रहा है छोड़ी अबे
It's the fact he heard him taking off and he started running.
बताइए ठीक से बांधो
That was so funny.
क्या कर रहे हैं
Here comes the party poopers.
काय सफेद पहने हैं मातम का कपड़ा हैं लहंगा नहीं पहने हैं लहंगा लहंगा मंगाओ साला ये और चचा आज लहंगा पहनेंगे
सुल्तान हमारी आपसी रंजिश का फायदा रामाधीर सिंह उठा रहा है।
अरे शर्म नहीं आता आपको शरीफ कुरैशी की औलाद है सुल्ताना डाकू के अंग्रेजों का गांड फटता था उनसे और आप हैं कि खाली शक्ल पाया है देखो इनको
यहाँ पे लड़ाई करने का कोई मतलब नहीं।
छोड़िए
अरे हमको सबर में रहना चाहिए।
हम मत बोलिए अपने साथ मत जोड़िए हमको
His hair's gone at the back.
हमको आता है नमक अदा करना आपकी तरह नहीं है हम अरे जाके कोठा खोल दो सरदार के दरबार में जाओ
तमीज से बात कर सुल्तान जी।
क्या है? हमें सिखाने कहाँ है साहब
He keeps trying to wrestle with him and he's just not got the strength. The guy's clearly a stronger person.
दानिश खान वल्द सरदार खान आपका निकाह शमा परवीन दुख्तर जाफर कुरैशी के साथ क्या आपको ये निकाह कबूल है?
कबूल है।
माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह मुबारक हो मुबारक।
Kabuli.
शमा
You're too late.
So he's potentially trying to kill a family member at the beginning of the movie. Sister? Yeah, he says that. Yeah, he says sister, yeah. At the end of the last one, they mentioned he was getting... He had eyes for her. And he says, nope, don't go there. How can he sit in that fucking room with that weasel who was sent to kill him?
Yeah.
I know he's playing the long game here.
He's clearly miming. That's your answer. Not very good at it.
It's like, ah, and his move's going.
It's like Top of the Pops.
Such a party fucking pooper, isn't he?
That stare he just gave him.
It was a... Look, you're either going to play things my way or I'm just going to fucking do it my way anyway.
It's happening.
Make it easy for me. It was a kind of...
Don't make me come over there and slap you. With my shoe again.
I'm telling you, this guy is the quiet one. He's sitting in the shadows.
Look at that head of hair, man, as well.
He's got very light brown eyes as well. They're borderline hazel. They just pop. He's got very photogenic eyes. We're going a bit Roy Orbison. We know we're staring at each other while we're wearing sunglasses.
Indoors.
Yeah. I mean, they're nice glasses, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but...
Oh, Ray-Bans.
Yeah, they're definitely they're aviators.
See, that's a bit more believable.
Tell you what though, man, try to shoot a scene with all the lighting and the camera work with those glasses and not capturing it. It's a tough task.
I'd like to think that's some kind of chicken thing he's just bit into there.
Please don't interrupt. That was quite well done.
Yeah.
That was quite well done. I always gave the impression that he was staring at her, but the whole time he was kind of daydreaming, I think. That was, I liked that.
जरा हमारी तरफ देखो, देखो ना कैसे खुशी के मारे फूल गए हैं। अरे, क्या हुआ?
My brother's been a dick.
कि तुमने बहुत लोगों की जान बचाई है। हमारे अम्मी अबू आपको बहुत दुआएं दे रहे होंगे।
वो दुआ दे रहे हैं तो तुम रो कहीं रही हो?
हम खुश हैं ना।
Your face is not looking like it.
जानती हो, ये सब हमने सिर्फ तुमको पाने के लिए न किया। जब पहली बार तुमको सुनरा की दुकान में देखे थे, तब भी फैसला कर लिए थे, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए। समा प्रवीण हमरी है।
प्रवीण नहीं, परवीन।
I didn't even fucking get her name right.
नहीं, परवीन।
ए भाई, संतरा को सेब कहने से संतरा सेब थोड़ी हो जाएगा।
Yeah, well, when you're ordering it from a shop, it does. Because you're not eating a fucking orange, you're eating an apple when you wanted a fucking orange. So it does make a fucking difference. I don't want apple chicken, I want fucking orange chicken. Look at that collar, man. Wow.
Yeah.
He's going hand gliding.
He loves those shots, doesn't he? He loves them, man. That is fucking another level. To be fair, it is set. I think. I hope.
I would hope as well. This guy's out of touch.
He was out of touch in fucking Sacred Games, that's for sure. His dress sense. Oh, there's a go.
Oh, what's that doing? Never seen that before.
नहीं हमको लगा कि
Totally missing out this intimate moment here because this fucking got it. It's like Homer Simpson. Oh, butterfly.
तो सोचेंगे नहीं करेंगे पूछना चाहिए आपको परमिशन लेनी चाहिए सॉरी का बात नहीं है हम गुस्सा नहीं हो रहे आपको पूछना चाहिए ना
सॉरी
हाँ पूछ के रखिए हाथ कोई मना थोड़ी है परमिशन लेनी चाहिए
परमिशन लेंगे अभी
That water?
अच्छा रोना बंद करिए
I don't think so. I think it's grass.
अबू पश्चिम की तरफ जो जाल डाले थे मछली पकड़ लिए और मारना है क्या है अबू एक ठो जरूरी काम
समा के पास उसके चक्कर में बकरी मत बन जाना
तो चांची और आसपास के सभी तालाब पर कब्जा कर लिए हैं लोग
Maybe it was.
इधर आता है तो शाम को लौटता है
I think they're saving a lot for the second part, John, as well.
Well, I mean, you think back to the first shots of this movie, Sultan's basically raiding this urban area and he's going straight for this house. It's a family that are bunkered down. I'd have to go back to the start of the movie, but I'm pretty sure it's Dinesh and this girl he's married. His sister, Sultan's sister. He's took umbrage to he's wanted to take him out. Because he's shouting. I think he's actually shouting for Salgo, if I remember.
Yeah.
Not just shouting Dinesh. So maybe he's wronged him on some level. We'll find out.
There's a mark.
Oh, you better get off that train quick, my man. You just know this copper's going to be there. He's going to have to do him in.
पुलिस ज्वाइन करने का कोई कारण
Maybe not.
ते कहाँ जा रहा बे
अरे अब्बू निकलने वाले तो अब चाची भैया घुस गए कमरे में निकाह के बाद तो हमें ही जाना पड़ेगा
ज्यादा लटकगिरी मत करो अपने बाप की और वो बन के
Wait, I've just done a push. I think. We've already seen he does like a good smoke.
Yeah.
That
Guy
score's fantastic.
He puts me in mind of Tim Curry, this guy. Yeah. I think most of the score throughout this film's been like a western.
Yeah.
A very haunting and eerie sound to it.
Of the ambience as well, of the sort of crickets.
Yeah.
Lighting up the nights. It's one of the things I enjoy about being abroad.
Yeah, it's therapeutic, I think.
It is, yeah. You'd think it'd keep you up, but it doesn't.
I like the sound of them, but I don't like them in my apartment.
Fuck, I had one in here. I don't know how the fuck that
A
happened.
cricket? Wow.
Yeah. Sprung off the window.
Oh.
It sounded like a fucking elastic band snapping. I tried to grab it and put it in something and it disappeared, never seen it again. It wasn't a big thing, but it was like that size.
Yeah.
असगर
बाहर गए हैं
Everybody's out. Is it not quicker just saying that?
तुम भोरे उठ गए हो सबको चिल्ला चिल्ला के तंग कर रहे हो
हमारा नाम क्या है
सरदार खान
चलो याद तो है प्याज काटो
Oh wow.
शाम तक आएंगे
ठीक है
That's the sort of...
That's what you're talking about, John.
Yeah. To be fair...
It was a time long ago, wasn't it? Not saying it's right or anything like that, but...
His wife did give him the all clear as well to go and sleep about. She says it. Look, as long as you don't bring it back to me.
Yeah.
So I can't be
Or your
criticising the guy.
diseases. Yeah, manky bastard.
I can't criticise the guy for going out and doing what he was told to do.
Yeah, a wife shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's just asking for trouble with these kind of guys.
And to be fair, he's had a hard life. He's had to be a baldy his entire life.
By choice.
Yeah.
सलाम
सलाम खुश रहे अपने अम्मा को कह देना हम आए थे 10,000 रुपया है कम पड़े तो बता देना भिजवा देंगे अब जाएं चल खुदा हाफिज
It's funny, he's paying for this little guy, but I think earlier in the actual movie, there was a suggestion by his primary wife, first wife, that he'd stop paying his 2 sons for Sal and Dinesh.
Yeah. That's like a western. I keep saying it, but it's like spaghetti western.
Yeah.
Donkey
No, I've got that vibe from this movie though, the whole western thing.
Petrol. What's they call it in the US? Gas. Although it's fucking petrol. Don't fire a weapon near a petrol station.
Yeah. Fucking hell, there's no way. I think he's dead.
Oh my god. There's no way he's getting out of that. I'll tell you something, his sons are going to wreak havoc if that's the case. Oh, he's okay.
No fucking way.
No, wait a minute, he's not. Listen to that sound, man.
Yeah.
That rumbling. Think he's okay?
Surely not. He fired about 10 shots into that car. He's one lucky fucking guy for this. And they've just got terrible aim. He's been shot in the head.
That's a graze, I think. I don't think it's went through. He wouldn't be able to stand if that was the case.
Well, there's people being shot in the head.
Yeah.
Slowly declined.
Tune's cool. I've liked the cinematography, John, in this film as well. It's been really good. A lot of one-shots in there.
Somebody get help for this fucking guy, man. He's been shot. What are we doing here, man?
That's a great shot.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of sort of mirroring of Wasseypur in here, but obviously the shooting up at the end. I'm presuming this is coming to the end of the movie. So it is kind of similar.
Yeah.
Where it ends in that cliffhanger.
हमारी जिंदगी का एक ही मकसद है, बदला। रामाधीर सिंह को बड़प्पन का सीढ़ी चढ़ते हुए रोज देखा नहीं जाता। उस हरामी को हमें मिटाना है।
Wouldn't it be ironic if he was just somehow off shot and he actually shot? To be continued. Yeah. Steve, you were absolutely right. There's just too much storytelling to be done. I was concerned, I'm not going to lie, I was concerned with this movie that they wouldn't get everything told in a coherent manner. That was one of my concerns before we started this final reaction.
John, there was early signs of that with the sort of structuring in some places that kind of, I'm not saying bothered us in any way, but concerned us going forward, and you're absolutely right. I can understand why this is in 2 parts now. No, to be fair, it had its issues with some of the pacing of the story as well. There was one year that lasted, I think, 10 seconds.
There was one that lasted 2 seconds.
Yeah, in times we were spending a lot of time in the one sort of period as well, but it's all part of the storytelling, I suppose. They're telling us the bits we need to know. And I'll tell you something as well, John, it's a great setup, this part. Mm-hmm. If anything, it's a great setup to see what's coming in the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And leaving it hanging on that as well. Fantastic. Production-wise, a really good film in terms of cinematography and score for me. Those are the 2 standouts for me.
Yeah.
The cinematography, you pointed out, I think it was one of the opening shots, John, one of our watch-alongs, so it was a long one-shot, which we always appreciate anyway. Not really seen it done in a film that often. It's mostly web series we've seen it done, and it kind of stands out. And the other thing is the score. Love the score. I keep mentioning it. It sounds like a western, like a spaghetti western, a Clint Eastwood 1960s vibe to it throughout. Good storytelling, bit clunky in places though, but overall a decent film.
No, Stephen, if you look at this movie as a part 1 of a 2-part story, this is like the middle act. We're currently in the middle act of a 3-act story. you start to see the similarities with Wasseypur that some people were saying. Also, there's
there is
some backstabbing, some shenanigans, criminal figures, the likes of your Ramadirs and guys like that, the Qurayshis. You've got your vagabond sort of Shahid Khan, the father of Sardar. Then obviously he gets done in, he's killed.
Yeah.
His son is then almost infiltrating via his oldest son into this family, if you like. It's all layered, the sort of political game going on here.
Very, it's very, what would the word be, generational as well.
It's generational, and he's almost marrying into this family. He's becoming one with this family so he can take down all of these figures. And he says it at the end there, Ramadir. I'm going to just double check that name one more time, because I'm paranoid I'm saying it wrong. Pretty sure it's Ramadir.
That's the way
it is Ramadir, Ramadir Singh.
Yeah.
He's still on this mission to kill this guy, Sardar. We don't know if he's going to see out this movie. To be fair, he was shot multiple times. Drops a gun. It's in a bad way.
Yeah.
But I think his legacy, as you said, Stephen, generational. If he doesn't, and certainly Faisal, I think, well...
That was my initial thought, John. I thought he's a goner here. The son's going to take this over and he's going to seek his revenge. Yeah,
because I'm telling you, Stephen, I'm pretty sure at the start Sultan shouts, "Where are you, Faisal?"
Yeah.
So he's looking for him. He's looking for the Nawazuddin Siddiqui character. So I think you may have...
Whatever way, John, it's all building up to this moment where they're going to obviously have to be a confrontational moment between both sides.
Yeah, the Qurayshis.
And it is building up. Yeah, definitely.
And the Khans. Stephen, it's just, I like the gangster movies. I like Western movies. This is a combination of the two. There was some elements in there that were a bit... as you did say, the structure at times was a little bit wishy-washy. Also, some of the song and dance numbers were interesting. The utilisation, the little sort of midget guy, that was interesting. There's some really, really good moments in here. The violence, as you say, the technical stuff, fantastic. Brilliant acting across the board, man, I have to say. Pankaj, bit shouty, but good acting.
Yeah.
But Manoj Bajpayee, he's playing a very unlikable guy, truth be told. He's a protagonist, but he's not a likeable protagonist. He's a bit of an anti-hero. He's in there. He was probably the standout. Nawazuddin's not really had a chance.
Not yet.
As of yet, he flex his muscles, but he pops on the screen.
John, that's why I'm saying he's got that Al Pacino vibe from Godfather Part 2.
He has, yeah.
I think that's going to be his film. I may be wrong, but I think get that vibe, but he's going to be more prominent in the second.
But even in this movie, Steve, he's got a 2-minute moment in this movie. He doesn't even speak. He's eating food. He's got the sunglasses on. And he totally transfixes you and steals the fucking show. So he doesn't have to open his mouth up. And he gets his revenge on that little specky prick, I think, that killed Shahid. I'm pretty sure that was the guy that walked in and shot him in that room. And he's tracked him down all these years later. He's still supplying guns and stuff like that, and he's done him in. I like the poetry in that. There's a bit of nuance in that Fasil character. He's a bit of Sardar and Shahid. Shahid was a better man than Sardar, I feel, in many ways. Probably more just,
it's funny you
morally
should say that,
righteous.
because we didn't spend as much time with him as we have, obviously, the son.
Yeah.
But you do get that feeling. I get that feeling as well, John.
He was robbing trains, but not for money.
Yeah.
For food.
Yeah, it was like a modern day Robin Hood.
Whereas Sardar's a bit more dark. Fasil seems to have a balance of the two of them. And Dinesh, I don't even rule Dinesh into this. Even the older brother's just...
Yeah. He's
a MacGuffin taking married into this Qureshi family.
Yeah,
create all this fucking nonsense. Yeah. But look, man, I enjoyed it. Going to get into ratings. So we're going to rate this.
I would say so, John, yeah.
I've changed my mind on the rating, Stephen, with that ending. If they try to finish this all, what we started in the start of this movie, in a 2 hour 40 minute sort of feature length, it would have been probably going down to a 6.5, 7. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
That's the same as myself, John.
I think it's a very good experience.
I would probably rate it a little bit higher, but there was some aesthetic things in there that kind of bugged me a little. It shouldn't really make too much of a difference, but the aging of some of the characters weren't there. And this is... Us two have watched The Five Bloods, where they actually used the present day characters for flashbacks into Vietnam, not aged, or what's it called? De-age.
De-aged, yeah.
They've not de-aged them, and we accepted that. But in this case, I don't know what it is. It's because we're looking into the future from the past. We're going in the opposite direction. Sometimes you're like...
Some of them are aged. The bearded guy that was supposed to kill Sardar.
Yeah, he was the one that was that the one that got beaten with the slipper,
the sandal thing.
Apart from him, John, I don't really see too much change. And obviously the recasting for the Sons,
Yeah.
obviously they had to do that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, again, it's a niggle more than anything. It's not going to affect the overall rating. John, I will say one thing. I know we both rated at 7.5. That may change.
Yeah.
It may change. We might have to go back over that once we've seen part 2. It might alter a few things, but we can only take it as it comes. And for at the moment, it's 7.5.
Which is a good rating.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's a good movie. It's not perfect for us, but all art is subjective. You may think it's perfect. Other people may think it's a poor movie. We think it's a good movie. And that's when I'm going to pass it over to you. Now we've came to the end of this. What's your thoughts on that ending? Do you agree with us that was the best thing they could have possibly have done, leaving that cliffhanger? Not try to conclude this story in the one sitting. It's a two-parter. It's almost like Sacred Games that we just watched, where it blends into one. It's all one story. I think that's the best way to do it. What's your thoughts on that? Thoughts on this movie in general? What would you rate the movie if you were rating it out of 10? 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Share your thoughts on it, our reaction, ratings down below in the comments section. We're intrigued to hear. You can also like the video, as ever, if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications straight to your eyeballs for future reactions. We will be doing everything in my power to get this out, and then Gangs of Wasseypur 2 out, and then after that I think we may be doing Sarda Rhythm.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Lock maybe after that, I don't know. But stick around for those reactions. And all that leaves us to say, Stephen, is thank you very fucking much to everybody that's watched. If indeed you have watched and we've got it out, we appreciate it. There's a Patreon if you want to see early access, go on there. We're done.